Hi guys, welcome to Hello Dysfunction, episode 261.
Hi, I'm Crystal.
I'm Pata Fria. Hi. Hi guys. I feel like we haven't recorded in a while. We got a lot to talk about.
No shit. And we're starting late. We were going to record like 2 hours ago. But guess what?
But what happened?
I forgot I had an eyelash appointment.
We sat our asses in these chairs and looked at each other. I already had my light on. I was like, okay, put your light on.
Yep.
She's primping and she goes, I have an eyelash appointment right now. And I was like, right now? Like we were about to hit record.
Yep.
Right now.
Yep. So guess where we went?
We got up and we got in the car and we went to her fucking appointment and we had a girls' appointment. We were able to
group appointment.
We were able to split it and have a company appointment.
Yeah.
So I got a little touch up too. Shout out Priscilla.
That was great of her to do that.
Here we are. We're just girls.
Two birds.
We just put on lip gloss. We're just girls. Here we are.
So feminine?
Mm-hmm. We're ladies.
Not at all. Oh, it's hot. It's like 500 fucking degrees.
Mm-hmm. But we're here.
Oh man, it's been a busy week. We watched the debate last night.
That was a shit show.
That made me so proud to be an American.
I knew it was going to be bad.
Same.
That's the only reason I watched it. I never watch them.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is going to be a shit show.
It was bad.
I wasn't even prepared for the level of shit that was shown. Mm-mm. It was so fucking ridiculous. It was a joke. They're like two bad kids taking jabs at each other.
Yes.
They would not answer the questions.
Trump was like, the illegal aliens are killing and raping
like,
everyone and destroying monuments.
Mexicans are ruining healthcare, childcare, opioid crisis.
Get those fucking
It's all Mexicans.
aliens out of here.
Jobs. Don't
Mexicans.
talk to me about anything. The answer for any question you ask him is Mexicans.
And then Biden can't even pronounce Mexican.
He's having a stroke
the whole
the podium.
fucking time.
The whole time. I thought he was going to fall over. I was getting like holding my breath. Yes. What are you doing?
And then Trump's like, I don't
us?
even know what he's saying.
Yeah. He's like, I don't think he does either.
And then they're arguing over their golf handicap.
When they argued over who scored higher on the fucking, what do you call it, test? Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to tune out now. Because the fact that this is even a topic of the cognitive test. This is what we're testing our presidents for, to know who scored higher. That's an argument.
That either of them had to take that.
Yeah.
That should fucking
That tells you everything you need to know is just that right there.
That should be cause to go, no, we don't want this. We want a do-over. We're picking new people. What's crazy to me is on both sides, right? Red and blue. So obviously there's a bunch of people like us that are like, both sides are fucking shitty as fuck. We need more than a two-party system.
Yeah, this two-party system doesn't work.
But there's a lot of people that we know ride hard for Trump and ride hard for Biden. Like, they're equally nuts. How? How can you, if you're a logical thinking person, be like, this guy's great. He's great for America. Either one.
A lot of the people that I know that want Trump are somehow thinking that the fucking stimulus package that he presented
Jesus Christ
was God sent, heaven sent. It's all Trump's doing.
He didn't want to do that.
He did it. He didn't even want to give it to nobody.
It was Congress.
So please shut that shit down. That's a myth.
Damn.
He did not do you this big stimulus favor, and he's gonna cash you out as soon as he gets in office. And like, get that ignorant dream out of your head.
Because
now.
in everybody's head, nobody.
My stomach is making so much noise.
God damn.
God, we have a guest.
Right. Hey, girl. So Trump was president during COVID, a good chunk of it. And they were giving multiple stimuluses. Congress was. And
but it was
the
still
state of California.
Shitty stimulus. It wasn't even, compared to other countries and shit, it wasn't even a decent stimulus package. And they were saying that was too much. Like,
But people correlate that with Donald Trump's presidency.
Right.
We got more money when he was president.
And they think he has this generosity that he does not have. So
no.
But no, it's just I have no points for either side.
No.
I was just saying at this point, I would prefer to live under a dictatorship because at least I know what it is. You're not fucking gaslighting me into thinking I have a say or that this is any kind of democracy because it's not.
It's not.
It's not. And so I would rather you just be upfront. I might go to North Korea. I might go to Russia. I'm not like, we don't have it so much better like people try to say. Please fuck off.
Before we started recording, I was saying the government was originally created to work for the people. And at this point, that is not what it does.
It's the opposite.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so many people are okay with that. I don't get it.
We're pussy. We are the trailer trash of the planet. It's embarrassing.
We are.
It's shameful. And other countries resist and they stand up and they fight and get things done and make change happen.
Did you see Bolivia?
And for some reason, we do not. The presidential election that just happened in Mexico, 37 candidates were assassinated before they finally landed on this lady. What's up with us? Like, why can't we do any of that?
Stop. We're going to...
37
security's coming to the door,
37 were assassinated.
That's
and we
wild.
are like, we just have to lay down and open our legs and accept whatever they give us.
And have that baby.
I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to just letting whoever they say, like, you know, I don't believe in voting. I don't
It's a terrible time to fucking be old enough to vote. Like,
it's sad.
I'm gonna vote.
And people are arguing, I would vote for Biden in hospice before I would vote for Trump. That's not a good argument. That's not why.
I'm so over the lesser of evils vote. I'm just over it. Why is that the baseline for our presidential voting? It's been like that since my first time I was able to vote.
No.
It's always.
They need to be pressed to have more candidates, to have better, younger, more forward-thinking candidates that can help us.
Yeah, it just... And, you know, people have said to us, they've said stuff like, you know, voting third party is basically throwing a vote toward Trump or throwing away a vote. But look.
I will say this. Don't write to us saying anything about.
It's a really fucked up position for everybody to be in, especially those of us that don't like watching fucking innocent people be slaughtered.
Yeah. And starved and fucking... I don't want to hear your think piece on why you think I should vote for either party. I just want to let me have my opinion and you have yours and we can agree to disagree. But you're not going to convince me. That's the thing. Like and it's not from a place of ignorance and from not caring and just refusal. I do read up on things and
I know how our shit works.
Yeah, and it's a very helpless position, and I'm aware of that. So.
And I'm normally not a one-issue voter, but I feel so fucking strongly about not fucking killing people, innocent people, that's not something I can overlook. I'm not. And
I refuse.
One thing that we do is fucking stand on our moral compass. Like, hello, there's a reason we don't have fucking sponsors anymore.
Right, if you haven't noticed, because we used to.
That shit means more than anything.
Yeah.
And just, it's just fucked up. And what a shit show, man. And then we have the Supreme Court. They're insane. We need to just dismantle it at this point because what the fuck are they doing? Whatever.
Yeah, it needs just completely burn down and start over.
Yes.
And do it right this time.
So you can now punish people for being homeless.
You know, I was in LA over the weekend for Bunny's birthday. Happy birthday, Bunny. I'll go into that in a minute. But at one point we were at the beach and, you know, I see people patrolling and all that type of thing. And I was just thinking, how nervy is it that we can't just exist? Like, It's a crime to just, and this is before I even knew about that passing.
Yes.
I was just thinking, like, it's a crime to be homeless. Like,
it is now.
How does that work? Like,
prison.
Who the fuck are you? Like, this don't belong to you. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, you decide that for people? Like, humanity is just so disgusting, and you can't even exist anymore unless you're paying someone. That's what it comes down to now.
It's also going to give, let's just say a homeless person, a houseless person gets caught, with some illegal contraband on them or something. Now they can go to prison, and guess what that means?
Labor.
Free labor.
Free labor. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Privately owned prisons need people to function.
Yeah, and they're like, what better way than to take people that have nowhere to live
and put them to work?
And they can just live in our fucking prison.
I would refuse. You'd have to put me in a psych ward or something, because I'm not getting up and going to work for pennies.
Shit on the wall every day.
I have in my notes, where is it? Hold on.
Fucked up.
Angola prison. Where's Angola prison? I'm going to tell you.
Is it privately owned?
I'm sure it is.
Of course.
Louisiana.
Of course.
Louisiana State Penitentiary. I saw, it's considered the worst prison. I should look at what their labor rate is at Angola prison. They have white men on horses leading Black inmates. Chain gangs in 2024. They get paid pennies per hour.
I think it's 3 cents, something crazy.
Yes, something insane. And God forbid you have to go to, what's the hospital called? Infirmary?
Yeah.
Or if you have to go to the hospital, they charge them like something that's equivalent to 300 hours of labor to get a medical visit if they pass out, dehydration, any of that during this chain gang shit.
In 100-degree humidity.
Yeah. So now they're like, now you're in the hole. Like, you owe us. You're negative. So, like, you have to work, like, to pay that off.
For you.
Don't go back to fucking the hospital for anything, because you're going to, you're accumulating debt now against this slave labor while you're in prison.
And it's crazy, because there's people that's going to say, well, they committed a crime. They're in fucking jail. You think jail's supposed to be nice? I don't think jail's supposed to be
people
fucking
that say that,
the Ritz-Carlton, but I do think it's supposed to be fucking humane.
And they're not taking into account systemic racism and all of these crooked ass, like how many people are found innocent and, sentences are overturned and shit.
I'm not
for
saying,
these inmates. Like,
right.
So we're not going to just not factor that in.
Right. And I'm not saying, oh, yes, please treat the child molesters great. Because the odds are the child molesters aren't getting fucking long-term sentences.
They're getting probation. Yeah, exactly.
It's we got so many systems are fucked up.
We're in hell.
And I was trying to explain to somebody recently, I don't hate America, but I want it to be better. If it's where I fucking live, I want it to do better, just like I would.
I think I hate it.
A family member. I hate what it's become at this point.
I hate all the systems.
It's crazy.
I hate the food that we have. I hate what we have access to. I hate that we're robbed everywhere we turn. Gas shot the price up. They kept trying to force them to come back down. They just said no. And then they were like, okay, I guess not. So we're still paying damn near $6 a gallon for gas here for no fucking reason. It's cheaper everywhere else.
I read today that in 2020, the median home income to be able to afford to buy a house was $60,000.
I read the other day that it was like 85.
In 2020 it was 60,000. Now it needs to be 120,000 in that short period. In less than 4 whole years. Doubled.
Yeah.
How many jobs are paying that?
None.
Not wild. And then they're like, you better have a place to live, or you're going to fucking jail.
And you're going to work for us for them pennies.
It's a system. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
And people that don't acknowledge that or admit that or like, it's like, what world do you live in? I don't know. It makes me sick.
No. And like, how do you not see it?
Yeah.
I miss the days of being dumb. I say it all the time, but I do. I just miss the days of being dumb.
We went to LA for Bunny's birthday.
I got the baby.
Yes, she was over here acting a fool. Me, Stevie, and Bunny went. It was just us girls. And we go every year. We do shopping. We go to restaurants. And this year, Bunny had the idea to go to Venice Beach at sunset for her birthday. And so I was like, oh, that sounds really cute. And so like we did it. We were able to do everything that we wanted. We took a lot of pictures. I spoke before years ago about the Home Mentor. Mm-hmm. And if you guys remember, she has created Ho Cosmetics, and which is basically there's some sex-proof makeup, and she also sells pheromones that absolutely work a little too well. And she had the grand opening of one of her stores while we were there. So we headed out like super last minute. I didn't think we were going to get there in time, and we did. And it was just as they were finishing up and like getting ready to lock the doors, and it just lined up so perfectly. I was like, this is weird. It was like meant to be. And I got to meet her finally because we've talked on social media before, and it was just great. And I was like, thank God, because if I would have came when it was like music and hella people and shit, you know me, I damn near wouldn't have went in.
You would have sat in the car.
I would have been like, we're just gonna go. I had to do that. Yeah, I had to do that not long ago with an art show I really wanted to go to. Me and Bunny got all ready, went, and I was like, yeah, it's just a little too crowded for my liking. My anxiety doesn't want it. So yeah, I'm glad that it worked out and we got to go. And yeah, we had a good time. Stevie is so much like you. She had a country accent coming out sometimes while she was talking. I was like, you're your mother. Get the fuck away from me, Crystal.
It is. It's because the brain is going so fast your mouth can't fucking keep up.
Yes.
Dude.
And it was this like country twang. And we would just cry laughing because it would come out at the most unexpected moments.
You said she was singing and dancing in public.
She does that. I was just like, you are your mother. Get the fuck away from me. Yes. Yes. Busts out in song and dance in line at restaurant, wherever we are. It doesn't matter.
I love it.
It's funny.
That's
really
what
funny.
Me and Peez were here doing.
Oh yeah,
we was doing shows.
I'm surprised she let you sing because, like, even today, I still
only
try.
When she told me though.
Did she tell you no sometimes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She was like, "Okay, you can sing now. 4, 3, 2, 1." She would count me down.
Only when she counts you down.
She would tell me to stop when it was enough.
So, like, as I'm doing her hair and shit, she's always on her iPad, and there was like a song on, and I test it like every day just to see, like, are we cool? Are we more cool today? I don't know. Yep. And so I started singing along, and she'll like jerk her head and say, "Not you. Not you.
It's not your song."
Yes. And I'll wait, 10 minutes later, try again. Not you. And I'm like, you are a bitch. Like, I can't sing ever with you. Like, when can I?
She did a few Caitlyn moments with me. 2. One was in public. Oh. We went to the local car show on last Sunday, and there was quite a few people. There's a kids park there.
I just remembered what you told me happened.
So, she got to go play at the park with Natalia, but then it was time to go. And she didn't want to leave.
And she said no.
And she was like, no, I don't want to go. Except she screamed it loud enough for people to look at us. And then proceeded to scream, "I hate you. I hate you." She gave Tally face rips. And I had to like take her from Tally. And I'm holding her, but I got my arm around her. Arms are down. So I'm holding her like this so she can't face rip me. And I'm like, you can't do that to people that love you.
When we got her home, she proceeded to tell me and Bunny about that. She said, I did like this, like that, like this on her face. And I said, you don't do that. That is not nice. And she's like, just like this. And like,
she's like, let me show you.
Yes. And I was like, that is not nice. We don't fucking do that. Don't do that.
Yep. When people, I was like, stop screaming.
Yesterday, she told me and Candy, because my sister Candy was at the house, and she was like, I was like, crying. And Uncle Mark said, I have to go to work. No, I go to work. And I said, no. And me and Candy are like, so apparently you were crying when he had to go to work at some point. She's telling us this dramatic story in like semi-baby talk.
Oh,
so
God,
apparently she didn't want him to go to work at some point.
So fucking funny, dude.
Ridiculous.
She's a wild ass fucking sleeper.
Yes.
Wild. Yes. She like spins in whole circles. Yeah. Dude.
She'll end up at the foot of the bed.
Yes.
Yeah. Last night she went crawling like over my legs. Like I sleep on the side of the edge, you know, to the floor. And she almost crawled off my legs and like stopped herself. And I was like, get up back over there in your spot, girl.
She's an insane sleeper.
Yeah.
So right now we have Naya's best friend's dog. Her and her family are on vacation, I think, till Sunday. And we got him not last night, the night before. And he's a baby.
He's a fucking Muppet. He's a stuffed animal.
He's so fucking
He doesn't
cute.
even look real.
Yes. He's just adorable. He's Frenchie and poodle, and he's really small.
Frenchie or Scotty?
Frenchie. If you look at him, you can see like this merle coloring on him.
He looks like a Scotty dog.
Yeah, a little bit, right? I guess Frenchie and poodle. He's great. Okay, so Naya's been best friends with his friend for years. And we get the dog.
Can you give a little history, brief, something?
So there was a period of time where Naya's best friend's mom was not a fan of mine at all.
Yeah, we'll just say that. And
recently, like I'm talking like within the last 2 months, the families have came together and everything's great now, okay?
It just got mended like
just within
last month.
Yes.
Like
okay.
literally just got mended.
So yesterday morning, I leave to go do errands. I get a call from Stevi, and she's like, so when the dog came, it had like a chain around its neck, not a choke chain, but like a necklace.
Jewelry.
Yes. Okay. Well, I get a panicked call from Stevi, and she's like, the dog's leg is stuck in the chain and it's wrapped around its neck and it's pulling its neck and we can't get it off. So, instantly I poop my pants. I fucking vomit on myself. I can't talk. My energy goes
the
out.
car over.
I'm on the freeway. I'm not close to home. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, okay. I'm calling Uncle Willie right now. And Stevie's like, don't tell Daddy, because Mark wasn't happy that we're dog sitting the dog because Naya didn't fucking run it by him first. Whatever. The dog's great though. So I'm panicking. I fucking call Will. And so here's the thing. If there was a human fucking stuck, potentially choking to death, I would be calm. I'd be like, okay, we'll get it together. It's a dog. It's the dog of the people we just fucking,
and it's like day one
of
you taking possession of her dog.
It's her dog. Naya's best friend's mother's
She would
baby.
have stabbed you.
For
she
sure.
would. Yeah, there's no.
The house would have been lit on fire.
Yes.
So I'm like,
of all people's babies to have an issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my fucking God. I call Will and I'm like, I don't even say hi, fucking where are you? I say, get to my house immediately. The dog's chains the chain's wrapped around the dog's neck. The girls can't get it off. It's choking to death. Help. He's like, oh my God, fuck, what? He instantly poops his pants. He's freaking out.
I said he probably drove to your house with no shirt on in his underwear.
Listen, before I go into that, when we were younger, her family lived next door to us. They had dogs. They went away on vacation. They had them. One of them was on a lead in the backyard, and Will was in charge of feeding them. And he went next door to feed them one day, and the dog had jumped over the fence and accidentally hung itself. And Will found
not
it. Not
even remembering this trauma.
Yeah, I'm not even remembering this when I'm screaming at him. The dog is fucking choking to death with a chain. So I scream at him, like, fucking get to my house
collapses.
now. Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So fucking he gets to the house. I got fucking Stevie calling me. Naya's wigging out in the background. She's like me. And Naya had said, when Mama freaks out, it makes me freak out really bad because Mama's usually calm through situations. So if Mom's freaking out, I feel like it's really bad. So okay.
My God. Everyone's screaming.
William's
crying. For sure.
I'm telling Stevie, go get Daddy's bolt cutters. She's like, I don't know what that look like. I said, Google fucking bolt cutters and go look in the garage. And then she's like, stop calling us. You're making it worse. But I'm panicking, fucking not by the house. So fucking I'm like, well, we're going to call my old trusty pals over at 911. here we go. So
you have a reason to call them every fucking week. Every week. I'm just going to call my friends.
They know me.
It's Crystal. Hey. Oh my God. I wonder if they could see like a cue of how many times your cell phone number has called
911.
Yes.
It's going to be at least fucking 30 times. Easy.
Yes,
I mean, easy.
Easy.
So I call. I get the fire department. The Rodeo Fire Department was on a call on the freeway because of fucking freeway fire. But fucking the other city had just got back and she was like, I'll get them sent over. She was like, it's low priority. And I said, it's a little dog. It's fucking, the chain is around its neck. It's choking. She's like, let me see what I can do. I'll call you right back. So I call fucking Stevie's phone. I'm like, the fucking fire department's on its way. She's like, no. Oh, she screamed no so loud and was like, we just got it off. And I was like, oh, thank God. Let me call my friend Patty back at dispatch. I'm like, hey, girl.
Oh,
fucking,
my God.
I just talked to you. She's like, yeah. What's going on? And I'm like, abort mission. She starts laughing. I'm like, it's all good. The dog's fucking saved. So after the fact, I talked to Will. And he's like, we're laughing about it and shit. And he's basically like, I just hate you. I wish you weren't my sister.
Yeah,
but he's
I hate
like,
to even see you call.
So he had Lisette's car that day. He goes, Lisette's probably looking at the fucking camera app like, what the fuck is going on? He said, I jumped in the car and did 90 to your house. Stevie goes, we heard Uncle coming up the hill.
What the fuck?
In a fucking Toyota Camry, bitch.
Like
a new one.
Souped
a
up
hybrid.
One. Yeah, oh my God.
How do you hear that? But he was driving so fast.
Like a maniac, half naked, crying.
Bitch.
Oh my God, I can only imagine.
I just was like, and I told Naya, I said, listen, if anything happens to this dog, I'm abandoning all of you.
I said, if I were you, I wouldn't even come home if something happened to that dog.
I'm out. So you better fucking make sure. So we took that dog everywhere with us yesterday. Fuck, to go buy Naya's cotillion dress. Like everywhere. I was like, I'm not letting it out of my sight.
Yeah.
So
understandably.
Yes, we're good. The
Jesus
dog.
Christ.
Come to find out, though, the way Stevie called and told me, the dog was not choking. So what happened is the dog had got its leg in up like so. Say it's around its neck. It had put its paw.
Chain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the chain at this point is going
so
around the armpit, around the neck.
Yeah.
So it's like this. It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's not dying.
Yeah.
The way she explained it to me, I'm like, we have fucking 2 minutes or CPR gets started, you know? So fuck everyone.
So, God, these notes, they go back. I'm going to go.
I know.
I'm going in reverse chronological order, so it'll make sense. But while we were in LA, some neighbors were murdered. Of mine. So I'm still looking to move. Yes.
Right.
I did research and, it was funny because I woke up, I think I woke up Sunday or maybe it was Monday, and I had hella missed calls. I woke up to my ex-husband blowing up my phone, calling back to back to back. And I had like text messages and shit. I'm talking about exes I ain't talked to in like a year.
Damn.
Dudes that I ghosted that I ain't talked to in maybe 2 years. Like people were hitting me that I ain't talked, and it's like, no, bitch, I'm not dead. Don't get excited. But they were only hitting me for that because it was like on the news.
Yeah,
they airlifted somebody out of my apartments, and it was like a huge big deal, right? Mm-hmm. So I proceed to like talk to people, tell everybody I'm not dead and whatever. I start doing research. The Nextdoor app or whatever is great. I find a post talking about it, and somebody in the comments is detailing everything that they're saying on the police scanner.
Nice.
So I'll read it.
Love it.
Just so I could be
even better.
Specific. Yeah.
I like the people that sit and listen to fucking police scanners.
Yeah, that's the kind of people that are on that app. So whenever I get email notifications, I know it's for something good.
Love it.
So the guy, David.
Thank you, David.
He put, from what was said on the scanner, the 2 men who were shot was holding the guy's wife against her will. And when dude went to confront the two guys, they pulled out a gun, and the guy whose wife was being held captive wrestled the gun away and shot them both. So if said story is true, in my opinion, good for this guy. He shouldn't face any charges besides leaving the scene of a crime.
Right. I agree.
And, you know, on the news and all on social media and everything, they were saying that it was a man and a woman in a white Prius fleeing the scene after the shooting. Yeah. Now, videos were circulating of the shooting victims, and it's crazy to see. Yeah, it looks like they're in the breezeway, hallway, you know, outside of our doors. And one is dead very clearly. The other one is wounded. One ended up dying, and the other one is in critical condition. But yeah, if you're holding a woman against her will, if that is the case, I'll feel sorry for y'all.
Her man did exactly what he should have done.
He did what he was supposed to do. Exactly. So, you know, It's been a few days now. And then I woke up today. Somebody sent me an update that the shooter was found in Nebraska.
Damn it.
So they're going to extradite him back. But I'm like, I hope if that is what happened, I hope it, you know, works out. Yeah, he doesn't get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I hope there's maybe a camera somewhere that shows.
Yeah, or proof, text messages of, you know, her calling for help and all that shit. Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then had we recorded since the Lake Merritt shooting? Because that was just a few days before that.
No.
So
I got
maybe last
shooting
Thursday.
Stuff too.
I think it was last Thursday. We left on Friday. We left early Friday morning. So I think it was Wednesday. It was whatever day was Juneteenth. So was that when we recorded a Patreon?
Maybe.
I don't know, but I know I left, and I get home. Soon as I walk in the door, I get a phone call from Stinkers. He's hyperventilating, and he's driving and hyperventilating, and he's like telling me he's hyperventilating. I'm like, pull over. What the fuck? Where are you coming from? What's happening? I simultaneously get a text from my niece that's like, have you talked to Stinkers? And I'm like, I'm texting him now, or I'm talking to him now. He tells me that he was, nothing is making sense because I didn't know a mass shooting had happened. So I'm like, what? Slow down. I'm trying to figure this out. He's about to throw up. He's talking about he doesn't have feeling in his hands because when he has panic attacks, that happens. This has happened before. So I'm like, you have to pull over. He tells me I'm not pulling over. I was just trapped in my car for an hour. I can make it to you. I'm not pulling over. Then he tells me he's getting pulled over. The police got on him. I'm trying to get him calm enough to tell me his location. He describes a high-rise building, so I think I know where it's at. Turns out that's not where he was. And the police end up making him hang up with me. So I'm like, tell them where you're coming from. He tells me there was a shooting and that people got shot in front of him. There was a shooting and he was stuck and he couldn't leave. This is all I know, right? So at that point, I don't know. Like the sun had just set not that long before he called me. So at that point, I didn't know how many people had been shot and all that shit. I didn't know it was like a big thing. I didn't even know where he was coming from. So I'm like, tell them you were just near a shooting and that's why this is happening, you know? And so whatever, they make him hang up and I lose contact. I can't find him. So I call his dad and we end up driving around into surrounding cities where I thought he was. Couldn't find his fucking car. I called 911, your friends, and they were telling me they had no record of his name being run or his vehicle.
That's not scary.
Through CHP. So I'm like, okay, so it must be city, but what city is it that pulled him over? So I'm like freaking out. I'm driving around. I end up in Emeryville. I'm driving around and I see in the back of like a public storage parking lot, there's a lone police SUV with the lights on.
He was back there whacking it.
And I said, he's probably getting a fucking blowjob and I'm about to slide up on him freaking out. So I'm just like, whatever. So I pull up and I immediately am just like, I'm sorry. If you're busy, I'm sorry. I can't find my son. So I tell him and he goes, I'm the only cop in this city right now. I know this city don't have him. I can tell you that right now. And he tries to look it up. He's like, no, nowhere around here does, because everybody's in Oakland for the mass shooting. And I'm like, mass shooting? He tells me 12 people died. And I said, died? And he repeated, died. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, well, my son was coming from there. He was having a panic attack, whatever. So he's like, all I can do is say to call the, non-emergency police department numbers, but they don't answer the phone at night.
Right.
So I couldn't do shit. So I'm driving around and I'm on the freeway and I'm trying to play fucking guess what building he was describing. We finally find his car and I have his dad meet me there and we fucking take his car and put it up at my house. Okay. And then, he goes, I take him back to his car. He goes home. I go home and we're just like, we're going to wait for a phone call. I'm like thinking, fuck, like where would they have taken him? I don't even know what city pulled him over.
Let me just fucking add this really quick. The couple days before this, you had already fucking been feeling hella fucking overwhelmed and stressed out.
Yeah, suicidal.
We had just talked about it.
Yeah.
Right before you left.
That day.
Yes.
That day. Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Also, something happened to my nephew. There's been a lot of shit involving violence and bullshit going on.
Yeah.
Giving me a heart attack. I was explaining how having kids is not fun, older kids. And then like, I got this son that thinks he knows it all, wants to be with the shit. Invincible, wants to be with the shit so bad, is outside against our wishes. It's just a headache, right? So I'm at home, like, I think I text you and I was like, I'm going to kill myself today. Yeah. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And so,
you're like, I'm done.
Yeah. And I was on the phone with his dad when you started calling and I'm just like trying to figure shit out. So we wait.
Mind you, while she's waiting to hear from him, she gets sent a video of the fucking shooting. A firsthand fucking video. It's terrifying.
There's dead bodies laying around.
I couldn't even finish watching it.
Yeah. And so just real quick, going back to that, I'm going to say that when it was announced what happened, even the very next day, they said there were 4 people shot and like no one died.
In that video?
There's people dead in that video. First of all. And I said, they're really trying to downplay it. And I don't give a fuck what they announce or whatever. That cop told me what he told me. And I made him repeat it. Like I was like dead. And he was like dead. Confirmed dead.
In that video.
Yeah.
You can see more than 4 people shot.
What they announced was completely different from what he told me. So, whatever. I have my theory about that.
For sure.
But I'm waiting. All of a sudden, I get sent from his phone a picture of like a release receipt or whatever, and it's like did not have probable cause to keep him, and it's signed off by a sergeant. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm blowing up his phone. He's not answering. I'm like, what is this? All of a sudden he calls me back and goes, did you come get my car? And I'm like, yeah, where the fuck are you? Like, I'm calling, what is this paper you just sent me? And he's like, hold on. Nah, they're finna just bring me home. What's going on?
And it wasn't the city that y'all live in bringing him home.
Excuse me? So he's like, the police, they're just gonna bring me home. I'm like, you're riding around with the police? Like, where the fuck you been? Who does that? Like, what? These are your friends? What are you fucking doing? So he's like, nah, they just brought me to my car and my car ain't here. Yeah, he's like, my car ain't here. He's trying to rush me off the phone. They're just finna bring me home. Oh, your homies. They're about to bring, cool, your friends. I'm glad your friends are, but where the fuck y'all been? You know?
Right. What is
going on? No
one
has a record of even stopping you. So who the fuck has you and where have you been? At that point, it's probably been 2 hours. So he gets dropped off at home at the door by his friends and proceeds to tell me it was CHP that had him. I don't know why it wasn't coming up that they stopped him.
I don't like that.
Or his car. I gave license plate, everything. They're like, I have no record of him even being stopped.
That's scary.
They gave him a field sobriety test, the stand on one foot, the walk a line, all that shit. He passed all those. They were like, no, still not convinced. They took his ass to North County in downtown Oakland. He was like, nah, I don't have to do that. I already passed these. Why? Good thing. I was thinking he was probably freaking out. He wasn't. He's like, I stood on it. I told them no. And so I was like, good. If you ever, I'm glad you know to do that because you don't have to, you'll have to spend the night in jail if you refuse it, but you don't have to do a fucking sobriety test.
Especially because he passed
the first 2. So he ends up doing one at some point, I think. And by that point, like, they had to release him. So I think they felt dumb and or bad and was like, let me take our friend home. I'm sorry. A good boy. They took him probably to get food.
Especially because he's coming from a fucking mass shooting.
And they didn't give a fuck.
Having a panic attack.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Bitch, that video damn near gave me a panic attack.
I wonder if I could share it on Patreon.
Maybe.
I was thinking of that one and the one of the apartment shooting.
Yeah.
On Patreon only. If not, they'll remove it. That's what they did one time when I think I did the cartel soccer game or something with the heads. I don't know. I'll try to share it on Patreon. But yeah, it was
terrifying.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And that was before the day before we left to go to LA. So it was just like
chaos.
The shooting while I was gone, that shooting that he was at, and oh my God.
2 days ago, I woke up to Mama Jean calling me and telling me that Poopy was killed. Poopy is Kia's younger cousin that we grew up with. He's Richard's age. He got shot and killed in Sacramento. Just fucked up.
There's been a lot of shit going on right now, especially in Richmond, especially in Oakland. Like, it's been turned the fuck up the last 2 to 3 weeks. So, you know, I see people posting memes and shit, making jokes about the shit. And I kind of like left some comments yesterday to a fellow page, and I was just like, it's not funny. Like, there's a lot going on right now. It's not funny.
It's not.
Like, I have a relative that almost lost their life last week. Like, or the week before. It's not funny. And also, like, let's not make light of it for hella reasons, but you know.
Yeah, it's not funny. I was telling you.
It's not a laughing matter. And
it reminds me of how Oakland was when we were fucking growing up.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad.
Yeah.
And it just, I feel like it's going backwards.
It is, and it's scary.
Richard and Poopy used to play together, right? While me and Q would smoke weed. And
I was just going to say, while you guys were bad.
While we were getting high. Mm-hmm. And they had to have been like maybe 9. Probably been about 9.
Mm-hmm.
And Will and Rich were at the Coliseum BART station, and they ran into Poopy there. And when they were little, we used to always make them wrestle on the grass, and because they're both big, chunky kids, right? Uh-huh. So we used to make them wrestle and shit. Well, at the Oakland Coliseum BART station, they had ran into Poopy. So, you know, they're shooting the shit, talking and shit. And then here go Richard and Poopy starting their clowning on each other. Mm-hmm. And then they start fucking wrestling. Then they start fighting at the BART station. Bitch, the BART police had to come fucking break it up.
And that's your fault. So
they're like 10. Yeah. And Will and them are encouraging it. They think it's so funny when they fight.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Fucked up, man. It's been a lot.
I hate the shit. And it's like, it's really hard having an adult kid. How can I word this? It's really hard. Okay. This is how I'm going to try to explain it to him. It's hard being adults that are with the shit, that have always been with the shit, raising square kids. Because there's always going to be one, maybe even two, that refuse to be square. And it's like, I'm having that situation with my son, and it's so fucking crazy, and it's a slap in our face, and it's insulting to us because we try to tell him shit, and he tries to tell us we don't understand.
You have no idea, bro.
I'm like, what you don't understand? Like, we was outside. Like, there's so much you don't even know about your own parents. Dude. Because we protect you from it. Like, there's so much you don't even know about your own dad, you know? And it's like,
for real.
We try to say it to him and explain it. And like, I'm so glad that me and his dad are on the same page, and just, he's such a great father figure. Yeah. But we just have a kid that fucking refuses to live the privileged life that he's been given by us. Yeah. And it's just crazy. Like, I try to put it in perspective. Like, half of the groomsmen we had in our wedding are dead now. Like, all of our friends that we grew up with are dead now.
From the block that he hung on are gone.
All of them except maybe one handful. Maybe. Like, I try to explain it. It's just hard. It's really hard. And I know it's hard being a young man and a young black man and a young black man in a neighborhood where like he's tested and shit like that. Like, I get there's all these other factors that I know nothing about, right? But it's like, you have parents that have gone above and beyond to shelter you from that and try to keep you away from it, and like, stop being fucking hard-headed, you know? Because like, some serious shit has happened in our family in the last couple of weeks. And like, my son is like the hothead, worst temper of anybody, and he's gonna make shit worse. And so, oh God, it's such a fucking problem. But just raising adult kids, trying to raise square kids when you aren't square, it's almost like he has this attitude like, how can you tell me anything type shit. Like, I don't get it. He's really not going to get it until he's an adult and like maybe has kids of his own.
Yeah.
So basically it's just hard because there's so much shit that we don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? There's so many like instances and close calls and shit like that we don't talk to our fucking kids about.
Yeah.
But it's like, should we mention some of it? You know, just so, I don't know. I don't even know how to really approach the situation, because with him, I don't even know if it'll matter.
For sure.
What does that mean?
Nuance, like, there's a lot of
double-sided,
a lot of facets. There's a lot of shit involved.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and so it's just hard. But you know, my love goes to any parents that are trying to fucking raise hard-headed kids, male Capricorns that know everything. It's hell on earth. And when you want to keep them safe and tell them, because you know what you're talking about, and they still don't want to listen, it's like banging your head against the wall sometimes.
It's good times. Male Capricorns or something else.
Yeah.
We've said it a million times, but god damn.
It's so frustrating.
It is.
Another thing that's frustrating that I'm just going to say real quick, because I want to move us out of them apartments and away from some of the shit. I've given up on applying for houses, because what's happening is I'm throwing hella money for application fees to these houses. And I feel like it's a fucking scam.
Some of them are.
They want everybody over 18 to submit an application. Mm-hmm. They're $50 an application.
Yep.
You submit one without them telling you that there's a fucking waiting list with 40 people on it
that have applied.
So in reality, you're not even going to come across my name. You're not going to fucking deny 40 people, but you're going to take my money.
Imagine how much money they're making just off applications.
Which is so fucked up. They should not be allowed to do that. So you're collecting 100 applications knowing you're not finna deny 99 people. Like, be for real. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. You're going to approve someone early on in the list, and all them other people paid. Like, so I'm just going to go to an apartment. I'm going to continue apartment living. I'm going to look for a nice, like a luxury apartment, because I don't want to give up the amenities that I have. I also need a bigger space, and there's not.
I think if you do look at a house, it's much better when you deal with the owner as opposed to a management company. I never, ever found success with a management company when it's the owner and you can like sweet talk them and schmooze them.
But even then, like we did that still. And it's like, I mean, granted, that person is still
That's an anomaly.
Hesitant to rent this house. But like, you know, there's still lists. There's still multiple. Like, I talked to a lady in Elsa Brandy about her townhouse that was really cute. And she had only listed it for a day by the time I reached out to her. It was the owner. And I explained to her my situation. And I'm like, let me know if you think I'm a good fit, because I'm finding that I keep applying when there's already a long list and I'm never seen. So it's like, I want to know my place, basically. Sure. So she proceeds to tell me, well, I've only had it up for one day, but there are other people that are, well, then fuck it, is what I wanted to tell her. Ethel, or whatever your name is, bitch, fuck it. So I didn't even go through with going to see it. No. But like, when you're dealing with apartments, it's different because they have units available and it's not a waiting list process. So I don't want to give up the amenities that I have. And because I need bigger space, there's not a lot of 3 and 4 bedroom properties in the Bay Area. Right now I'm looking at Vacaville, Brentwood, and downtown Oakland for my price range, my space range, and amenity wise, and that type of shit. And those are 3 places I don't want to live. So,
yeah, I'm like, no, those are far.
Yeah, but that's all I have choice wise right now, unless I want to live at the fucking Courtyard Marriott for $5,000. It's
fucking wild.
So yeah, that's annoying, but I've just kind of given up on houses because of that scam that they have going.
Well, don't get 100% discouraged yet. Not yet.
I am both.
It's really, they make it fucked up.
Yeah.
And I do feel like those management companies, that's how they make a good chunk of money, is by doing that. Think about it. You have fucking, let's even say fucking 30 applicants. You're charging $50 a person.
But like, okay, I'm looking on Zillow, apartments.com. There's another one. There's like an East Bay Properties, all this shit. Some of them are represented by the owner, but it'll still say account because you can apply direct or whatever through the website, whatever they list on, you know? And so even when you're dealing with the owner, they're still accepting hella applicants. It's not only the ones that are with a realty company or a fucking property manager. It's the owners doing it too. And I get it. Like, you're trying to make money, but like, that's shitty to do to people.
It's very scammy.
Yeah. You don't need to do that to people.
That's why I hate landlords.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up.
I have a funny thing. I woke up, I started taking the fucking sleeping pills that I got prescribed, right? What did I say it was called?
Chlorine, maybe?
Something.
It's used, there's multiple uses for it. Anti-anxiety, sleeping, and
like allergies.
Allergic reactions.
Yeah. And it puts me down. I'm at like 25 milligrams and that shit puts me down, right?
Perfect.
Which is good because I was starting to feel crazy because I wasn't sleeping.
Sure.
But the dreams that are coming with it. I don't know if my brain is playing catch up.
Nope. That's why I asked about fucking if they gave you trazodone, because that sleeping pill made me have the wildest fucking nightmares I've ever had in my life. They
are fun, weird, what the fuck dreams. I'm going to explain one. I think this is when we were in LA. I woke up and I was just like, why? I put prescription worked, but psycho dreams. My African neighbor, who is my immediate neighbor that I barely know, but we've been neighbors for a very long time, hella years. I don't know his name, but we say hi, you know, in passing. But he was in it and he was a kid's dance instructor.
Oh, wow.
For little kids. This is like, no.
You're like, peace.
Tyga was there. With his mom,
my God.
With his mom and Kylie Jenner.
Because you're best friends with these
and
people.
My neighbor was hella showing off and not answering anything about classes and that he wanted to sell and was trying to get bitches to fight me.
You're insane.
He was showing out at this like orientation or whatever it was with Tyga and his mom, and Kylie was there and my neighbor was showing out. So now when I see him again, I'm gonna be like,
mad at him.
You're hella funny acting, don't wave at me. I'm not saying hi to you because I
know how you really are.
I know what kind of person you really are, and you're fake as fuck. So good luck getting kids in your class, in your dance class. I'm gonna fucking tell him that.
You're insane.
But I really wake up having these feelings for these people because the dreams be feeling that
You're
real.
like, I know fucking Kylie.
Yes. No, and my neighbor is a bitch now. So like I am holding a grudge because of this fucking dream. Help me.
Insane.
Like it's always something. But you know, just FYI, he is fucking funny acting in front of famous people.
Right. You're something else.
Mm-hmm.
Trazodone made me have wild ass nightmares, like insane nightmares. I can't even remember them, but I know I'll never take trazodone
When
again.
I first started taking the melatonin gummies, I started having dreams, but then it doesn't have that effect on me anymore. I hope this continues because I enjoy them.
Because you're crazy.
Yeah, they're fucking weird. Me and P's dad were at like this weird house party and he was kind of acting funny and like wandering off and shit. I'm trying to make sure everybody's good. I had to let him know, like, you're acting funny in these dreams.
You called him when you woke up.
I told him the next day. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're on, but get it together. I don't need the funny shit.
Okay, something I wanted to announce. She hasn't let me talk about it until now.
What?
My neighbor Robin, who I love. You guys know I love her. We love her so much.
Don't even say it.
So she is on the kidney transplant list and has been going through dialysis for over a year now. And, you know, it's very stressful. She has to go to dialysis 4 times a week. She's there like 6 hours at a time. She's looking for a kidney donor. I checked. I'm not the right blood type.
I was going to say this is an announcement that you think you're finna do it.
No, I already checked. I'm not.
I was like, girl, you're a heavy smoker. And like with the ailments that you be having.
Stopped
I know, really?
to give her a kidney, absolutely.
I was just going to say, like, I don't know if your body can take it. Like,
I would have.
Yeah, I feel you.
I would have stopped to give her a kidney, but I don't have the right blood type. So the right blood type would need to be O positive.
I wonder what I am.
If anybody, you know, is into fucking doing things like this, please let me know, reach out, because I don't want her to die.
And she's an amazing fucking person.
She's fucking wonderful.
Like our kids, as little ass kids, would like ask to run over to her house and
she
have
would bake
dinner.
Cookies with them.
They would have dinner at her dinner table with her. Like they love her. Like she's an amazing fucking person.
Yeah, and she hasn't let me talk about it. I keep asking her, can I say something? And she's like, no, I don't want anyone to know. I don't want to know. And then she's getting so desperate. She's feeling like there's no hope. So she's like, I don't fucking care anymore.
Please, y'all.
Yeah.
O positive?
O positive. Yep. And you just have to go and, you know, just say, you know, just test your blood type and if you're in good physical health. So,
wow.
Which is pretty cool. And then there's something called a trade, right? Where let's say you have somebody in your life that needs a kidney, right? And let's say you're willing to, like, we'll just use you, for example. You're willing to donate a kidney to Robin, but your blood type doesn't match. If there's another person on the donor list that has someone willing to donate that doesn't match them, y'all can trade.
Oh, I get it.
Which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, you know, if anybody, I just wanted to put it out there if anybody's interested in doing it, because
that would be great.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really great.
So, also, I just wanted to mention this really quick because it just really bugged me so bad I couldn't stop thinking about it.
What?
The fucking children that were adopted by the fucking white couple.
That in here. I'd just like to say I'm against interracial adoption. Feel how you may, especially when it comes to Black children.
I'm not going to say I'm 100% against it, but I'm absolutely against adopting out Black children to white families who have not one connection to the Black community. You don't have a Black family member. You don't have a Black friend. You don't live by Black people.
Yeah.
You absolutely.
Then I'm sorry. You don't qualify.
Right.
You don't.
Right. And I was saying.
There's something very fucking weird about white couples, white people that collect Black children.
And I'm not.
And it could be innocent. It could be, you know, I don't know. I think it's fucking weird and I don't like it and I'm against it.
Because there's too many cases that end up like this.
Way too
These
many.
Poor babies.
And if a screening process was done,
yes,
I feel like it could have been fucking prevented.
Yes.
There's a new case, if you haven't heard, in West Virginia.
Oh my God.
5 Black children have been adopted to this white couple in West Virginia that has been having them live as slaves, keeping them in a slave quarters on their property, which is a barn.
These poor babies.
The neighbors, thank God, suspected some weird shit. They called, I mean, what's up with wellness checks and shit? Like, there's no one following up, doing periodic wellness checks with these kids to check in and be like, are you guys getting along? How are things? Are you being abused at all? Are you okay? Do you like it here?
Right.
The system is so fucked. It was like a 5-year-old or something alone in the house that they discovered in the main house. And there was like 15 and 16-year-old in the barn. And I don't know where the other kids were because it says they adopted 5, but they've been working them as slaves. Their response, the couple wasn't home at the time, and the police discovered these kids after neighbors called and said something's weird and you need to go out there and see what's going on with these kids. Their response was they like to sleep in there. They like to be in the barn. They're like, what? They both had like $200,000 cash bonds. They both made bond. First of all, you shouldn't even have a bond.
I want them to be fucking tortured.
But they sold properties to make cash bond, $400,000 for them to both get out. They're out on bond. They sold a property or maybe 2 to do this. There's some discrepancies that they're looking into their paperwork, and now they think that funds for these properties were accumulated from a result of trafficking.
Oh my God.
So it just gets worse and worse. And so, yeah, they're like no contest basically. And so
I was telling you, it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, and this ain't fucking bashing white people, you guys. Hello, I'm white. But I was telling you, it doesn't matter if they're like Southern red white or they're California liberal white.
Yeah.
It's happened on both sides.
It has.
With white people.
It has. And
there's this.
We also know, I'm just going to say this, of people, white women that have kids with black men and have called their kids the N-word.
100%.
This is not a rare one-off thing. This is a very common thing, unfortunately, and it's disgusting. So people need to be very mindful of who the fuck they reproduce with.
Yeah.
And just be checking in with kids, whether they're yours, whether they're fucking adopted out, whether they're like, there needs to be extensive screening processes to adopt a black child for so many reasons. Like, you have to understand the reality of the world we live in. Yep. You have to be willing to teach your kids about their culture. Yes. You have to be willing to do their hair. Like,
I'm sorry, but the whole colorblind, we are the world, everybody's the same is fucking a fairy tale, because that's not really how the world works. Yeah. In theory, that would be fucking wonderful if it was truly like that. But it's fucking not.
It's not. So if you're not ready to put in work and respect and acknowledgement for their culture, for and their
celebrate
food,
differences,
celebrate all their differences, and make sure that they know they're beautiful, and not be over here trying to press their hair to death and fucking just like, there's so many cases of like trying to raise them without color, and like, no, you need to acknowledge the color that they are, because the world is
going to see it
as that, right? Not as this colorblind white mom that you have or whatever. No, no, and that's not reality.
And I don't give a shit. You know, I'm a reformed fucking dumb white, a work in progress, but there is fucking white savior complex where it does feel, I don't give a fuck what anybody tells you. It does feel a little good inside, like, oh, look at me, fucking, I'm doing this good fucking deed. And I don't, if someone tells you they don't, they're lying.
I'm hesitant to even like, an example. When all the marches and shit were going on, and we posted the picture of you with a sign, I didn't want it to look performative.
Right.
We're very conscious of shit like that. Right. We don't ever want to come across that way. That
look
anything
at
about
how
us
great I am doing this.
Being a white, you know what I'm saying? But we do also very much preach that you need to use, even myself, anybody, any privilege that you have, you need to use it for people of color, friends, whoever. You need to use the privilege that you have for good, and acknowledge that it exists.
Yes.
We're not living in a fucking fairy tale and acting like it's not there, you know?
And don't let anybody gaslight you into believing it's not true, because it's 100% fucking reality.
And I'm sorry, I'll just never not think it's weird when white couples. I don't care if you're a gay couple, straight couple, whatever. There's so many in Hollywood and with just like adopting hella black kids. That's bizarre
there's other
me.
countries that have stopped American adoption.
Good. I recently learned, I was complaining about it on a post when this West Virginia case came up, and somebody in the comments replied, and they were saying that there is a Indigenous Peoples Act that prevents people from adopting Indigenous kids unless you are of the same ethnicity.
Listen,
and
I'm not
that
mad.
needs to kind of be done for everybody. I feel like that's just how I feel. I'm sorry.
I'm not mad.
Yeah. Because not enough white people do it the way they're supposed to. I'll just say that. They don't.
Right. And again, it ain't fucking let's bash all white people. It's let's be fucking real.
Yeah.
You know? So
it's disgusting. And those people need the motherfucking electric chair. They never should have got bail. I'm sorry. They never should have got fucking bail.
I want to know where those babies are now. Like,
where are the kids? And I just cannot wait for some black and brown inmates to find out why
snap their fucking necks.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for. And I wish they wouldn't have got bail.
How dare you?
In 2024. Like,
them babies were already in the fucking system.
Yeah.
And you fucking adopt them, and that's what you do to these fucking children.
It's disgusting.
You're fucking sick. You're fucking sick.
Yeah.
So I hope you die.
Oh, the fucking husband also lied about his income to get a court-appointed attorney. If y'all can come up with $400,000 cash to bail
Take
out,
that attorney away.
So he's in trouble for that too. That's a separate charge. Yeah, so they're luckily because West Virginia, who knows?
Could go either way.
Yeah, but police were giving statements to the news and shit, and they were like, "Oh no, like we can't believe children were treated this way. We're giving him charges for that."
Good.
They were running down a laundry list of fucking charges.
Well, that gives me a little hope that maybe justice might be served.
Yeah, I hope.
Oh, it just makes me so angry.
Yeah, they're fucking disgusting.
We have a bunch of fucking write-ins.
Let's get to them, girl. I just want to also say 42,000 people tested positive for STDs in Houston last week.
It's a party
in Houston. That's one motherfucking city. That's not the big ass state. They're
doing a lot of sex there, huh?
42,000. That's like terrifying. Like I would never fuck again. What? For an STD. And I got that information. It was publicized, but I got it from a nurse in.
Is it like a lot of raw dogging going on or?
Gotta be.
Oh no.
Gotta be.
Oh no.
That's terrifying.
Oh no. Thank God fucking.
Thank God I'm asexual.
I was just going to say that for you. Thank God you're asexual. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No glove, no love.
And I don't like gloves. So like I need it to be safe. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you need to be asexual.
Yes. I'm not a fan of gloves. I don't know.
You're like paperwork, please. Fucking paperwork.
Yeah.
All right. Let's fucking start it off. You want to start?
Sure.
Okay. It's 3.
Okay. Hey, y'all. I want to start off by saying I love the show. I relate to the both of you in so many ways. I really feel connected to both of you when I listen. I feel like I've known you guys forever. I'm a huge fan, and I could really use some hard truth advice. We got you.
Here you are. At the right place.
So let me start off by saying I'm remaining anonymous because I know people who listen, and I don't want them knowing who sent this in. So I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend for almost about 2 years now. We met at work and we have such good chemistry. And like every relationship, we have our ups and downs. It's really a healthy relationship and I love my girlfriend so much, but I've been having these mixed feelings for this other girl who I also met at work. Let me just stop to say that I am also a girl. Please keep this in mind. So the girl that I have mixed feelings for is straight, but when we're together or talk, she be low-key giving me the vibes that she likes me.
Don't believe it.
Like, for an example, when we used to work together, we would talk almost every day via text and obviously at work. It was to the point where throughout the day, we'd ask each other where we were at so we could hang out and talk during the shift. But whenever we'd be talking or hanging out, she just gave me really flirty vibes. She'd tell me she missed me and we should hang. She would even go as far as to try to make plans with me outside of work. We'll just call her Tay. So Tay knew I had a girlfriend, and I knew she had different dudes, which made this situation confusing for me because it's like she was playing with my emotions, knowing that I like girls, and would constantly flirt with me. Fast forward to present day. Me and Tay no longer work together. And it's been a couple months now. We don't really keep in touch as much as we did when we were working. And now the only time we talk is when I text her. She never hits me up anymore. Excuse me. But when I do text her, she responds and we'll talk for a day or two via text sometimes on the phone. And then she'll go ghost again. And I kind of let it be like that now, but I'm still really attracted to her. So I find myself still texting her every now and then. I feel like an idiot, but something about her just draws me to her. So her birthday just passed and we were supposed to hang out the weekend of. I text her on her birthday and she replied, "Thank you," but have not heard from her since. The day we said we were going to hang out, she told me she had been in her place and I should come over because it gets, quote, very lonely. This is what I mean about why this situation confuses me, because I know for a fact she isn't lonely because she's been dealing with this dude for a minute now and I know about it. I don't know what to do with our friendship because part of me feels like I'm cheating on my girl, but another part of me really likes hanging out with the girl because aside from all the flirting vibes, she really is a cool ass girl and we get along. Mm-mm. What should I do with the peeking through the fucking hands emoji? You know, don't play with me.
Listen.
You know what you should do.
Stop talking to her. Unless you're ready to end your relationship,
yes.
Stop talking to her. It feels good to flirt with her because it's new and exciting and
yes.
it's forbidden.
And it's a thrill.
And the girl is straight. Okay. You said she's straight. Stop.
Also, this friendship is very one-sided.
And she's not being a friendship.
No. And go ahead.
Hard truth. You were convenient because y'all work together.
Yes.
We've all been there with somebody who's been convenient to flirt with that we worked with.
Yeah. And now you are still holding on to catching that thrill.
Yep.
She's over it. Y'all don't. It's pointless to her now. She's not trying to remain friends.
No.
It's very one-sided. Stop fucking texting her. If you want that thrill, though, and you want to chase that thrill, either open up your relationship or break up with your partner.
For real. Don't do her like that. So then you could chase that
thrill from whoever. Because it doesn't sound like you're very thrilled with your partner.
Or you're
because if you were excited to be around your partner and shit,
you wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't be chasing this. So either open up your relationship, with her consent, or
stop texting her and focus on you. Or stop texting her and focus on your partner because
you're tripping.
This is a dead end.
And you know that. And you know you're tripping.
You needed to hear it.
Yeah, there you have it.
Knock it off. Okay. Okay, hi ladies, it's me again, girl with the story from a few episodes ago telling you all about my narcissistic partner who was emotionally, mentally, and financially abusive. I wanted to give you an update and let you both know I took your advice and I got the fuck out of there.
Good girl.
After listening to you share my story, I put my big girl panties on, opened up to my mom and my friends, and told them I needed help. Oh, I love it.
I'm proud of you.
Moments like this truly make me appreciate the genuine support and love I have surrounding me because the moment I opened up and asked for help, they were like, when? Now? Because let's go.
Oh, my God.
Within a few days, I decided on a date to move out, Juneteenth, the day of freedom for some of my ancestors. Oh, I'll cry. The 19th, which is my lucky number, and it was 6/19. I'm from San Diego. It just was perfect.
It's perfect.
Except he didn't go to work that day like he was supposed to. But I didn't care. My mind was made up and I stuck to the plan. I left for a doctor's appointment, showed back up with my family and friends, and broke the news to him that I can't take no more of this roller coaster, and his need for controlling every aspect of my life. My parents were already dismantling my girls' beds, and I told him I was leaving. Thank goodness he was fairly chill throughout the process, and even though it hurt to see him hurt, and know I'm ending this chapter. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be for me to get my stuff out of there. I feel so free and safe now, and even though I miss having dick on sight, I'm cool off men for a long while.
Good girl.
I want to thank you both for your words of encouragement and for pushing me to do the right thing for me and my daughters. My eldest gave me the biggest hug and said she was sorry I keep dealing with whack-ass men, her father included, LOL. But I felt so proud to show her that she never has to put up with no man that isn't treating her the way she deserves to be treated. Right on.
I'm so happy.
As far as my credit goes, as you ladies said, that shit can be fixed. It's no excuse to stay in a whack relationship. As expected, he will not leave me the fuck alone, so a restraining order may need to be my next move. But I just feel so incredibly grateful for my community and again for all your support because I have finally, for the first time in my 32 years of life, walked away from someone that was no good for me instead of wasting years with them, waiting for them to discard me when I knew better, all because I was too scared of being alone or a failure.
Isn't it such a good feeling?
The feeling of freedom and liberation is the best feeling I've felt in this past year since he's been in my life. I cannot wait to go outside this weekend. I've been caged up too long. That was the update. Fucking, I love hearing.
That's the update, the type of updates I want.
Love that shit.
Like, I love that. I love that your family showed up. And
that was
just
the dude that
work.
fucking, remember, fucking love bombed her. Fucking, they moved in together. She was paying all the fucking bills. Fucking,
yeah.
And he was a dick.
And she was miserable. Yeah. Crying. Yeah, fuck all that. I'm so proud of you. I know that feeling. I know that relief of just like, you know, of course, we never want to hurt people, but I was just talking to somebody last night and I was trying to explain it. Like, you have to baby yourself. You have to put yourself first.
You have to.
You have to be selfish about yourself. Like, no one else is going to take care of you the way you take care of you. And like, how can I word it? Like, I give myself princess treatment and I will not accept anything less from anybody ever. Like, and I make sure that my kids see that so that they, you know, hopefully can follow in my footsteps when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not putting up with no fucking bullshit. If you're not, you know, if I'm not happy, like, I'm going to end it.
Yeah.
That's how it has to be. And if someone's taking advantage of you or just not treating you the way you feel you should be treated, don't waste your fucking time because you want to save their feelings and you experience discomfort for the sake of their comfort. Fuck all that. Them days are over with. No, you did the right thing. And I'm so happy you had the support
proud of you,
of your family and your friends. And that's great.
I love that.
Yeah.
And your daughter
your
giving
daughters,
you a big hug and saying thank you. Like, oh my God.
You know, she's so proud of you too.
Yeah. You want to do this one?
Mm-hmm. You're burning yourself.
Oh, that's great. Hopefully I light on fire on camera. And you guys see me fucking go up.
Man. Hi, ladies. I wanted to write you for so long and tell you how much I've enjoyed the show. During 2020, I got COVID and my head hurt so much I couldn't be in a bright room or look at really anything. I listened and laughed and knew if I met you in life, we would be friends. Gemini, born on the 13th near LA, way too sensitive like Crystal, wanting to save the animals, and the tough exterior, but gold heart of Pat, a hybrid. You made me feel open and share my dark sense of humor.
Love
so it. Really, I should have been taking notes this whole time. Like, remember when? But actually, I'm writing because I'm in the hospital for maybe the second week having sepsis.
Oh, no.
And other complications due to metastatic breast cancer.
Oh, I'm so fucking sorry. Nona got sepsis when she had her uterine cancer.
Being drained of fluid, etc. It's been a fever dream I wish no one had to experience. My worry was the talk of the yeast rash thing that doesn't seem to have answers. Not to scare anyone, but I had that happening leading up to finding out it was cancer. Weird rash, yeast infections I never got before or not as often. Rash on my hand that wouldn't go away or would and came right back. I just felt like it was my body trying to warn me or let me know something else was going on. You really got to listen to your body because in hindsight, it's always like, oh, that was weird. Or I did know, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Listen to your body. I just felt like it was my body trying to warn me or let me know something else was going on. I have a 9-year-old boy and I'm going to fight the good fight, but early detection really is so much better. You got this, girl.
For sure.
I just want to remind people that even with no insurance and all the hoops you have to jump through, it can be taken care of early. I hate to write something to scare anyone. I'm just a cautionary tale. No, thank you, because people need to know, like, we're so big. I'm so big on if anything feels wrong.
I'm a hypochondriac.
Make a fucking appointment.
Absolutely.
Go in, like, get that shit checked. Like, especially after the blood clot thing, that really freaked me the fuck out.
Terrifying.
And if I wouldn't have listened to the weird shit that was happening with me, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely be proactive and fucking get Medi-Cal or whatever and get in to see people.
Or rack up a fucking bill. Who
Who
cares?
gives a fuck?
Fuck them
They
bills.
already said that medical bills can no longer be counted against.
Bills.
No, me either. But they can no longer be counted on your credit report. So run them up. Like, until they give us health care that we should have been at, run them the fuck up.
Yep.
Sorry, where was I? I hate to write something to scare anyone. I'm just a cautionary tale. Get a scan, you lovely, beautiful girls. That reminds me, I need to get a mammogram.
Me too. My doctor just told me today I'm due for a mammogram, my first one.
Let's see. And get your friends to do it too. I love you, and you have been my friends in my head for years now already. We're taking it there. P.S. Every time I watch Steve Harvey, I think of you. You're both amazing women. Oh, and the montage of your ex with music that the iPhone memory did. Mine,
so funny.
Mine does one to my cats. One of which
I love you.
One of which gave me a hickey while I was sleeping because he still thinks I'm mom.
Oh, how cute.
And my neck will magically produce milk. So there's that. Take care. Thank you for sharing your lives. Katie, the Irish your mom hates.
Thank you.
My mom hates Irish people.
Remember
my mom? Okay, so if you don't know what the fuck that means,
right.
My mom is she's very funny, actually, and she's very dingy. I always say, like, you should have been born a natural blonde because you're very fucking dingy. But she made a comment. She just blurts things out a lot. Like, one time she was like, ew, Sharon. I hate the name Sharon. Her name is Sharon. Like, me and my sisters were like, is this bitch serious? Like, her name is Sharon. She don't go by that. But, like, she'll blurt things out that are just, like, very unintentionally funny. And one day, I think it was the lights on her aquarium or something. And she was like going through them, trying to change the lights for Bunny or something to show her. And she was like, ew, green. I hate green. It reminds me of Irish people. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, yeah. So she doesn't really hate Irish people. She's just a fucking weirdo.
Crazy.
Yes.
Katie, fucking please keep us updated on your journey.
And you got this, and thank you so much for that warning for all of us, because that's real.
For sure. And get your fucking mammograms and feel your boobs like you're supposed to. I'm so paranoid. Every shower I'm like fucking feeling my boobs always.
I guess I'll update you guys. The yeast thing did finally go away for me like a month ago. I had to do a bunch of rounds of Dysfunction, and it hasn't come back. And honestly, I'm just like scared to death of letting anyone in my vagina, because I'm like, I don't want no dirty fingernails in there.
Dude.
I don't want nobody else's pH throwing mine off.
Oh my God.
I don't want any.
I got another one that I just saw reel today.
What?
You might have seen it before. I don't know if I sent it to you. So it's a reel, and it's like, when men sit down to go poop, do y'all just let your balls and your wiener go in the toilet bowl, and then when you poop, the toilet poop water splashes on your balls? Y'all aren't washing your dicks in the sink after you poop. I know you're not. You're just pulling your boxer, wiping your butt, dry wiping your butts and pulling your boxers up. So when you go to suck your man's dick, now you have to ask, did you poop today? And if so, have you fucking rinsed the poop water off your balls?
I'm never going to have sex again. I'm never. Because the dry wipe of the butthole
fucking killed me.
Is enough to make me never want to go near you because I don't want to smell any dirty butthole air while I'm giving you head.
Do you dry wipe? Or
now that's a whole new fear unlocked of is it going to go in my mouth and give me bad fucking E. coli or something.
Now you die of E. coli because you sucked poop water wiener
off the dick skin. I don't want anybody disrupting my flora, anybody disrupting my fucking pH. It's been perfect. It's been pristine. I haven't had a rash. I haven't had any inflammation, nothing.
Not an ingrown hair.
Not a discharge, not a fucking nothing. I don't want anyone near it. Right now, I'm just like, let me just focus on me. I'm on meds. I don't have a sex drive anyway. Right. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. I don't even drink. So it's like, no, just stay away from me.
So I'm not even horny.
I'm not even missing it. I'm not thinking nothing about no dick or no nothing right now. Stay the fuck away from me. And the more I think about it, I be in bed sometimes like, I want to fuck a girl. Like, I don't want a dick anymore. Like, they gross me out. Like, badly. Like, men are fucking foul. Like, just the hygiene shit that we talk about all the time.
You have to make sure they're fucking hygienic in the right ways.
So I gotta be the psycho that's like, are you scrubbing legs? Are you using a tongue scraper? Do you have tonsil stones? Did you wet wipe your butthole? Did you finger your butthole in the shower? Did you now scrub dookie water off your balls and dick skin before you come near me with it? Are your fingernails clean, or am I gonna get BV from you fingering me? Like, all of this shit, I feel like I wouldn't have to deal with.
It's a checklist. We just make a checklist. You hand it to them.
Print them out at Staples. Yeah. And take one, put it in my purse when I go out.
Fill this out.
Can you fill out this multiple choice checklist for me, and I'll let you know if
Can you do the star testing
and
for
then
me?
We'll go from there if my panties are going to come off or not. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. If I see a white tongue or anything again, like, oh, I can't.
The fucking...
And I get all these... Yeah, I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah, the toilet water thing really grossed me out today. I was like...
That's a new fear. As God. If I needed another thing to add to the list.
I couldn't wait to fucking tell you that.
It's going to be lonely days for this pussy. Lonely fucking days.
Cobweb central.
Yep. Lonely fucking days. I don't even take pictures of this shit no more. Because I'm not even fucking horny. OnlyFans, overweight for now. Don't even... I mean, you could renew it if you love me, but there ain't going to be nothing new on there. You might get titties every now and then. I don't know. Lonely fucking days. I don't even want to take pictures of it. I make sure it's like, you know, cute just in case.
Fucking clean. Fucking.
I'm always good for a just in case, but it ain't going to be no just in case.
Oh,
it ain't
that's so funny. Okay, hold on. We have more. Yeah, good times.
Water. That's fucking great.
Okay. Hi, ladies. This message is for Pat. I just want to say that your working out for evil comment has been my main motivator to work out since hearing it. I'm pretty confident and happy with myself overall, but have been wanting to work out because I want better habits. I spend a lot of time sitting down because I'm a full-time student. I've also gained weight and would like to be more in shape, but I just have not been able to get myself to stick with it. Now, every time I think I'm working out for evil, it makes me feel motivated and empowered to do it.
I love it.
I know it's a little silly, but it's made a big difference. So thank you for sort of fixing my bad relationship with exercise. I love your podcast and look forward to it every week.
Thank you so much. I was going to actually ask you
That's wonderful.
To real quick, like before I leave today, jot down a list of like leg day and then upper body day that I could do on the days that we don't go. Because I have dumbbells in my house and I could do fucking Bulgarian things from
hell. Those are the worst ever.
I could do those at home.
They're the best for growing,
if you just give me those lists that I could have, because you're the ones that are good at picking out the exercises, then that way I won't be stressed out on the days that we can't go.
Yeah.
And we could share it with y'all.
Yeah, we're going
and
tomorrow.
And we could be accountable and you guys can message me and we can do it together on the days that I don't go to the gym.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe tomorrow when we go, maybe we can record a little bit of it for Patreon. Because people have been asking.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we'll do that tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Hey, aunties, I have something I'd really like to hear your input on. So my stepmom died about 2 weeks ago now. Long story short, we have never gotten along. A few years ago, she accused me of something I didn't do, and it caused a rift between my dad, my little brothers, and I, and caused me to be homeless with my animals.
Oh, no.
While I'm not sad nor happy she's gone, I'm sad for my brothers and my dad. Over the last few years at family gatherings, she's left when she sees my car or won't even get out if I'm there. My oldest brother died a few months back, and at his memorial, she was cordial for the first time in 4 years. The part I need advice on is my dad. He has never really been there for me growing up, and when things went down in 2020, he chose her over his daughter. The part that hurt the most is that bitch said he really never had a daughter, as in I didn't count as a child of his, and I am. Since her passing, my dad has been trying to reach me about being sad and lonely. The bitch in me doesn't give a fuck. And the other part of me wants to jump on it and pick up where I left off with my dad so many years ago. I'm still mad as fuck at him about it all. I don't know. I just would like some perspective. Love you both.
I was going to say, that's not your dad. I'm your dad now.
Stop it.
No, I'm serious. Like, he don't deserve to be your dad. Like, to say I ain't never really had a daughter, bitch, well, guess what?
She
You ain't
said
got
it.
one. Oh, he didn't say it?
No,
I thought he said it.
The stepmama.
Oh, I was going to say, because guess what? Now that you're lonely, you ain't got one either.
The stupid ass stepmama.
Well, he let her be like that, and he let her do that. So, like, I feel like don't interrupt his karma and let him fucking be lonely now. But if you miss him.
I would say, though, before even proceeding with him, there needs to be a sit down, an acknowledgement of the hurt, a fucking sincere apology.
Yeah.
All of that. I wouldn't proceed with shit until I got that. And if you don't get that,
and
just me, I wouldn't.
He caused you to be homeless with your animals. Like, he caused you to fuck over some shit that wasn't even true. Yeah. Like, he took her side. Like, oh my God. That should be such a deal breaker for me.
I think about if Billy would take, but Billy would never, even when he had girlfriends, he was fucking.
My dad either. He'd have been like, bitch, you can get your ass licked.
I remember my dad fucking saying shit to his girlfriends like, you're letting my 14-year-old daughter with no license drive your car.
Yeah.
And we're going to get her cigarettes.
Yeah. Exactly.
He was insane.
But I can't imagine if my dad did take a bitch's side. Like, I already know how that feels from my mom.
And then leaves me homeless.
Yeah, yeah. Because they believe a lie and they let me be mistreated by their partner and shit. Fuck no. Fuck no.
It needs to be. If
I don't really have, because you know me, I'm gonna be like no. But I understand if you miss him,
yeah,
and you want a relationship with him, then I can't tell you not to do that.
But I will say, there needs to be a sit down.
Yeah,
like he has to acknowledge all that shit. He has to fucking apologize.
Yeah.
Let us know what you end up doing.
Yes.
I'm curious.
And we wish you the best.
For sure. Okay, these are perfect. We have this update.
Yes.
We have like literally probably 7 more. We're probably gonna have to fucking save for next episode. We have so many write-ins this time.
Hi, Theas. Thank you, ladies, for reading my write-in last episode. And I have another update that I wasn't expecting, but I'm not the least bit surprised at the same time. So my aunt received the letter I sent to her. Oh, okay. This is, if you guys listen, this is the one with the grandma, the bad grandma that fucking, that had family secrets and shit and basically did this listener's auntie dirty and like raised her kid as her own and just a mess. So my aunt received the letter I sent to her and she decided to call me from an unknown name, unknown number. I didn't answer it because those kind of calls give me anxiety, not knowing who the hell's on the other line. She left a lengthy message to me, letting me know rudely, letting me know rudely that this was none of my business and that I shouldn't bring this up due to my grandma's ailing health due to her cancer.
That old rat.
She thought I was being disrespectful for bringing this lie up to begin with and that I'm making this up to make life harder for the family.
She wants the inheritance when grandma dies.
Not gonna lie, this made me furious. I don't like being gaslit when it was her sister, my mother, who I'm in no contact with, who told me this whole story. Not once was I disrespectful. I tried to be as careful with how I worded things in the letter I sent. I told my aunt that I don't have the time or mental capacity to be making something up as fucked up as this lie.
Right.
My grandma yelled in the background. I was still on the phone when I heard her that I was dead to her on the voicemail. So she told the grandma?
Yes. Oh, you're all delusional.
Bitch,
not
fuck you, bitch. Wow, you're fucking nuts.
Bitch, I'm telling you something.
The auntie and the grandma are nuts. Bitch, you got Stockholm syndrome and you're fucking nuts. Fuck you and that lady.
All of you.
My grandma yelled in the background. I was still on the phone when I heard her that I was dead to her. Honestly, I can care less at this point in time. She's the one who created this mess, and I don't want to be there for the aftermath of their choice to ignore the elephant in the room. You did the right thing, girl. Fuck them.
No, for real.
I have only so much empathy for a situation, and this one really just irks me that no one wants to say anything and continue this lie, only for the woman who created this mess to die in peace. I'd expose it.
I'm writing everybody in the family I'm making flyers.
When I make my sex checklist, I'm also at Staples going to print out flyers with their photos and a synopsis of what happened, and I'm putting
stealing a cartoon of her stealing
a baby.
Yes,
it's a clip art of a
comic strip,
an ugly witch lady stealing a baby and running, and she's ugly, and I'm gonna fucking leave it.
I'm writing her name on her witch hat.
The neighbors are all gonna get the flyers.
Oh, everybody. The mayor.
All relatives on their windshield.
We're going to make an Instagram and a Facebook page.
Yeah, a Facebook page, because that's where the old folks
love Facebook.
We're tagging everybody they know.
Everybody.
Anybody, old work colleagues, neighbors, neighborhood watch
Grandma's
friends.
high school boyfriend.
They're all going to know.
Fucking her high school teacher if they're alive. All
that
of
grandma...
them.
Be careful. Be careful who you play with.
The corner store.
Because if your granddaughter is anything like me, bitch, you're done for. You're done. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm printing flyers on hot pink paper today.
Yep.
Bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm dead anyway, right?
I'm tattooing it on my arm.
Oh, my God. So I decided I'm going to be a petty bitch and follow y'all's advice and whisper to that bitch, I know your secret, lying asshole.
Good girl.
Laughing my fucking ass off. In all seriousness, my grandma is on hospice. I'd go pinch her nose.
Take her too.
Pinch her nose shut and hold her mouth shut and then let go.
Fight me, bitch.
And then hold it shut and then let go.
Don't kill her. Just give her a little torture.
Shake her up a little bit.
Yep.
In all seriousness, my grandma's on hospice and I will be paying the cunt a visit before she croaks.
Sell her pain pills.
You have my word that her wake will be more of a revelation of how much of a shitty person she was in life. Good girl. Will I be burning bridges? Yeah, probably. Do I care? Nope. I'm not a religious person, but I'll be damned if I'm going to be at a wake only to lie for this witch.
We're not lying for nobody.
No, we're not. Nope. And not after you tell me some shit like that, bitch. It's finna get spicy.
I'm dead because you're a fucking liar.
Because you're a liar and you're taking it as disrespect. And auntie, I had your feelings in mind. Fuck you too, bitch. Sorry for the long write-in, Theas. I'll definitely keep y'all posted about my pettiness. What can I say? I'm a Pisces and we match energies.
Love it.
Love the show and y'all to bits, and always free Palestine.
Absolutely.
Thank
free
you,
Palestine.
baby girl. I cannot wait for the next update. Print them motherfucking flyers. I want her to feel bad before she checks out.
Seriously.
You need to be accountable, bitch. Now, I was being delicate. I was telling you to be respectful.
You've been evil.
And now you're being evil to me, bitch, after I was trying to just share some love to the auntie. And then you went, oh no, Siri is all in my mouth right now. Turn that off.
Because the auntie wants the fucking inheritance. We're not stupid. There's one more I want to read really quick. Dear beautiful virtual friends and crush, I just wanted to let you know about my beautiful friend, Heather. She is my crystal.
Oh.
While I was out doing meth in the desert, she was a semi-good girl, LOL. Not that you were a tweaker like me, LOL. You gave her a shout out when we found out she had ovarian cancer. I said I didn't want to lick her pussy, but she was my soulmate. Remember?
Yes.
Thank you so much. We beyond love your podcast and would tell each other stories about our childhood to make sense of it all. Well, we just found out she is terminal. It has been a 3-year fight, and I still believe in miracles, but damn, my soulmate and longest friend might not be here for much longer. If by chance you read this and can send her some dysfunctional love, please do. Thank you both for giving us laughs and a space to feel normal while not being normal.
Hang in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of stories where people pull through and shock the doctors in the world.
Yeah.
So don't give up and just enjoy your time as much as you can. And I mean,
Send her in to rob a bank.
That kind of news is scary, of course.
For sure.
But like, I'm morbid in the sense that I kind of think that way every day anyway. That like,
I've imagined your funeral before.
a lot. Yeah, a lot. And I'm just like, I told you how like I could hear Mark calling me and his voice cracking because you're dead. And I'm like, I envision this kind of shit all the time.
We're going to plan next.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
For sure,
I have to raise your fucking kids and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I have to make sure I know what they eat. Shit like that. Like, it's in my head anyway all the time.
Write down their dentist.
So, yeah.
For
so
sure.
I'm sorry that you got this news, but it's not over till it's over. So
For sure. And I would just make the best of every day.
Yeah.
And if I ever become terminal, like right before I can't walk and stuff, I will so fucking rob a bank for you guys.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's what
Think
real
about
love
that.
is.
Think about that.
Yeah,
if
and let
you
us
wanna
know.
Do it. Yeah.
All right, you guys.
I'm like sweaty.
I promise we're getting fucking merch up. It will be up like ASAP.
Yeah.
By Monday. We
Please
like to put shit
subscribe.
off.
Rate,
That-
review, comment,
Yep.
join Patreon, love us, share us.
Yeah, if you're not on Patreon.
You're missing
Where
out.
you at? I hate those fucking videos. You know what I'm talking about.
Don't do that.
You know what I'm talking
Yes, no, but you're missing
hate 'em.
out. Yeah, do you love us or not?
about. Right.
Thank you, everyone that enjoyed my guided meditation.
Yeah.
I got really good feedback from that. If you haven't heard it, join Patreon and go listen.
And we're going to be making Carolyn take a fucking hip hop class.
Or work at McDonald's or something. She's doing something.
Yes. She's going to do something for payback. So look out for that on Patreon. And that's it. We love you guys. Thank you for all the write-ins. Sorry so much this episode was Debbie Downer, but welcome to the world. And suck it easy.
Go to bed.